Craft Spirits has a new batch out at $84.99. Is it worth the money? If you want to find out, stick around.
All right, so before we get into it, we have to disclose we did not pay for this bottle of whiskey.
It is a media bottle.
It's a media bottle.
I got for free, but it does not influence our opinion of how it tastes. Doesn't affect our review at all.
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
All right, so the story behind Barrell Craft Spirits, they're a non-distiller producer, and they were sourcing some really awesome whiskey and growing a market share and all that stuff, and then they started to struggle to find the same quality of barrel that they used to have. So they started to come up with some really interesting blends. And it's really shown kind of their blending capabilities, because they've been able to take some whiskeys that I'm traditionally not a fan of and mix those in with their blends, and it's been good.
Yeah.
And this is no exception. This one has Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee in it. The distillery, as I mentioned, is Barrell Craft Spirits. The SKU is Batch 36, and it is a blend of straight bourbon whiskey because the whiskey came from different states. And when you have different states, you're not supposed to be a straight bourbon whiskey. You're supposed to be a blend of straight bourbon whiskey. Okay. And so their label says that. And what is the age statement on these whiskeys?
I mean, I think it's, I'm excited about it. There's a Kentucky 9-year. A 7.5, 8, and 10-year Indiana, and an 8 and 15-year Tennessee.
Yeah. Now, and what's interesting about that is that Tennessee whiskey is of that age. What distillery would it have to be from?
The rumor mill would say Dickel.
Yeah, because it's the only distillery that's been around long enough to have a 15-year barrel that actually sells barrels to somebody else. And so I think that Tennessee Distilling Group is probably getting close that they could have a 6 or 7-year-old. I don't know if they could have an 8, but
not a 15.
Not a 15 for sure. So, and I'm pretty sensitive to the standard Dickel flavor, and I think you are too.
Same, yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see whether or not that Dickel flavor is in this.
Yeah.
And then what's the proof on this?
114 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 114.44. Very specific.
Yeah.
And what's the SRP?
It's $84.99. Standard 750 ml.
Yep. And what do you say we taste this bad boy up?
Let's do it.
So it's pretty sweet on the nose.
It's spicy.
It's a little hot, right? You drink a little hot for you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Does not drink like 114.
And so this one has on the back label what they call a derived mash bill. So that's where they take the percentages from all of the barrels that they mixed, and then they figure out what the mash bills of each barrel were, and they do the percentages and figure out what percentage of corn, rye, and barley were in the final blend, even though there was not a mash bill ever of this. And it was 79 corn, 16 rye, and 5 malted barley. Yeah. And I suspect that the higher rye content is because of the Indiana barrels, because it would have been 21 or 36% rye. And so I do get some rye spiciness on this. I get some nutmeg, but it has some fruit flavors in the mid palate.
Yeah. I was thinking like some peachiness.
Let's break out the
get the peach. A little bit of peachy and some cherry for me, but like I feel like the cherry is like a darker cherry, not like, Jolly Rancher cherry, but like black cherry candle or something. His mom used to burn black cherry candles when we were teenagers.
It's peach for days for sure.
It's definitely peachy.
But there's a little bit of a bitter citrus note in here that I think is kind of orangey. Here's the orange. But you said cherry?
Yeah, but it's It's a little darker than the cherry we have in our kit, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like the orange is, like you said, like a bitter orange, like pithy or something. It's not like a bright citrus.
Orange zest.
Yeah. Zesty.
I did just zest an orange for dinner.
Yeah.
So I could be influenced.
Sure.
Who knows?
Who knows?
And then usually I get like a sweet note. So obviously there's vanilla
Sure.
in all bourbons, but yeah. I usually get like a caramelized sugar note in the form of like toffee caramel or butterscotch. But on this one, to me, it comes across more as honey. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
I think so.
Let's see.
Honey is 31.
31. There we go.
This has been helping me with my palate because I'm more of a pass-fail.
Oh, for sure. Honey.
Yeah. I'm more of a pass-fail in my whiskey and not like, I need to taste blueberry Pop-Tarts. So I'm trying.
All right.
Expanding my palate.
So, based on the flavor, how would you rate this whiskey?
I mean, I like the flavors a lot. And maybe because it's really peachy and it's spicy. Because I like both of those things.
So on a scale of 100 points, what would you rate it?
I'd say like low 90s for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Low 90s is...
Yeah, like 92.
92?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty high. That's getting up there. I'm not going to go as high. I think, you know, if 81 is my rating for like Wild Turkey 101.
Okay.
I think this is a bit more flavorful than that. And so not taking into account its price, just rating it based on flavor, it's going to be in the mid 80s for me, like 85 or 86.
Okay.
But that begs the question, is it a buy or a pass at $84.99?
I'd buy it if I had the chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you buy a second one when you ran out at that price? Or is it like you like new experiences and you're not afraid to spend $85?
Sure. Right. I maybe wouldn't stock up on it the way I've stocked up on others that I really enjoy. But I mean, at $85, I can't be making a bunch of cocktails with this either. I've got to like really sip it.
Sure. I think for me at 85, it's questionable whether or not this would be a buy. It is a solid whiskey, but part of the issue is that Barrell has ruined me with Barrel Foundation at $58.
You drank the last bottle all the way down to the last drop, and we had to buy a new bottle
just so we could do the giveaway from the Barrel Foundation
Yeah.
Review, because I drank all of it, and then I drove around town and went to all of the big liquor stores and nobody had it, so I had to buy it online. But we did get our new bottle in. So for that reason, I would struggle deciding to buy this after I had tasted it at $85. That having been said, if I hadn't tasted it and I bought it and I got it home for $85, I would not be mad. I would drink it and be happy, but I probably wouldn't repurchase. So that's kind of where I'm at on that one.
Okay.
All right. Well, we always give away some whiskey.
Yep.
What do you think we should give away?
Well, we're going to give away 1 ounce sample packs.
Okay.
Maybe 3 of them.
All right.
Everything we got.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good bit.
We have the Foundation, the Seagrass, the number 36 that we just reviewed, the Mizunara, a single barrel that we picked, and the Armida, if I'm saying that.
Yeah. So
correctly.
the single barrel was the Whiskey Club, some would say whiskey.
Yes.
I got the opportunity to do a Bear Craft Spirit single barrel.
Yeah.
And that is our single barrel selection, and it is a bourbon. Okay. So 3 winners, 1 ounce each. You're going to get 6 ounces in your pack, so hopefully you share it with a friend.
Yes, that's a lot to drink.
And all you have to do to enter to win this free giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Ringing the bell after you subscribe is how you notify YouTube that you want to receive push notifications when there's new content posted. And you want that because there's a free giveaway in every piece of content that we release. And also, hopefully, you enjoy the content in and of itself. All you have to do is go to the video description below, and there's going to be a web form under the title free giveaway. Click it, fill in your basic contact information. We run a randomizer, post the results publicly on the YouTube page, reach out to the winner, get your shipping details, and send you your free samples.
Yep.
And so if you like this content and you want to support the channel, tell them how they can support us.
Well, we also have a Patreon. We have 6 different levels, lots of different options budget-wise, because we wanted to make sure everybody could participate that wanted to. We have great discounts on merch. We have distillery takeovers, virtual bottle shares, and it's essentially an extension of our existing community, right? So it's a way to get plugged in, meet people.
We do some in-person events. I travel a lot for the Prideful Goat, and I try to get a big Airbnb and let the patrons come, and we all stay together and do bottle shares, and we schedule excursions, and I get private access to really awesome stuff. And probably the biggest thing is the distillery takeovers.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah, and so that's a ton of fun where we're kind of king for the day and go in and pick a barrel and get to taste out of barrels and private tours and other excursions while we're on the trip and food and we have a good time. And then you could also support us by purchasing some merch from the website that Lindsay built, and Lindsay curated all the merch that's out there. It's all custom made for whiskey people. So you saw us using this aroma kit. She helped me curate this, and then we have bottle carrying bags, and these glasses are custom. They're designed for high proof American spirits. So lots of really great stuff there. And then last but not least, we run a residential real estate business together. She's the transaction coordinator. I do the realtor work.
I really like it when you say we. That's real nice.
Yeah. Because you're in there, you're getting things done. And so if you need residential real estate services in the Dallas or Houston metro area, you should consider hiring us. We do give epic closing gifts.
We do.
But
bottles. You should epic bottles as closing gifts.
Yeah, I mean sometimes people ask for other things like bottle carrying bags or kits or whatever. Sure. But typically it's epic whiskey bottles that are really hard to find. That's kind of our MO, but we have been in the business for a while, so we do a good job too. But if this is your first time tuning into the channel, we'd like to thank you for the view and then also let you know a little bit about why we do what we do. Of course, we love whiskey and we love to educate people about it, but a lot of the impetus for us getting involved has been because I lost my younger brother to suicide. And after his passing and talking with his friends, I started to learn that he was losing some of the social connections that keep people bound to this world. And I, at the same time, seeing how whiskey was helping individuals to make new social connections. And I thought, maybe if I can help you get connected to whiskey, whiskey will do the rest of the job and get you connected to others. And so we started this channel. But if you want connection, you have to have a forum for people to interact with one another. And a lot of the forums out there are filled with individuals that show a lot of hate online. And they taught us 2 things. One, we needed to start our own forum where there was no hate, so we don't allow troll behavior, and that's Bourbon Real Talk community.
And by extension, the Live Stay Project, which is our suicide prevention and intervention nonprofit, so that we can, further reach people at another level and offer help.
Yeah, no pressure, but if you do get involved in this community, you are also going to have the opportunity to get involved with our suicide prevention and intervention nonprofit. So there's that opportunity out there. But those trolls, motivated us to go out there and start this community. We're 30,000 members strong, and there's a lot of great things that go on in there. A lot of community building, a lot of in-person meetups being coordinated.
Just connecting with people.
Sharing life together, people sharing their struggles and showing support for each other. But the second thing that those trolls taught us is that if somebody can show hate to a stranger online, there's nothing that keeps us from showing love to a stranger online. And that's why we end every episode the same way, and that's this. If you woke up this morning and you are unsure whether or not anyone loved you, just know that we love you. We'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk. Cheers.
Boo, 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 boo. Is that Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy you more polos. You're cute in polos.
I don't have very many that fit me.
I want to get you some cakes for your nipples, though. Oh, loose. No, ma'am.
The only time that dog makes noise. is when she sees a dog through the window or when she's dreaming about giving somebody some what for.
You have a hair that I've been staring at.
I ran into the mic twice.
It's so flowy.
Straight up not having fun.
Oh, Krabby Patty.
It helped.
Oh, need some nugget. What a big strong boy. Yeah, okay.